It's amazing, isn't it? We've got these like supercomputers in our back pockets now,
I know.
connecting with people across the world like instantly. It's wild. But, it got me thinking, have you ever thought about how technology, like all this stuff we use every day, how that could actually be used to maybe like make our faith stronger?
Hmm. Interesting.
Yeah. I've been reading this really interesting article. It's all about how AI could actually be used in ministry.
AI and ministry. That's an interesting combo.
Right. At first I thought AI and faith, those two things don't really go together.
Yeah, like oil and water, kind
Yeah,
of.
exactly. It seems kind of, I don't know, counterintuitive. Can an algorithm really get something as like deeply human as faith? I mean, it's a question a lot of people are asking. And this document, this article I was reading, it really digs into it.
Oh, that's cool. So what does it say? Like, what are some of the issues it brings up?
Well, one of the big things is, people are worried that AI is going to replace that human connection that's so important to faith.
Makes sense.
Those heart-to-heart conversations, that feeling of community. Will AI take that away?
Right.
And then there's the whole idea of AI being seen as, I don't know, some sort of technological magic trick. Like, does using AI somehow make faith less important?
Yeah.
So it brings up some really complex issues.
Yeah, I see what you mean. It's like, how do you even begin to approach that?
Right. But that's what I found so fascinating about this article. It doesn't shy away from those tough questions at all.
Oh, interesting. So how does it deal with them?
Well, it basically says that we need to change how we think about AI.
Oh.
It's not some scary, mysterious thing.
Yeah, we tend to fear what we don't know, right?
Exactly. The article emphasizes that at its core, AI is really just a tool.
Just a tool. Okay, that makes sense.
Think about it like, I don't know, smartphones. Smartphones didn't replace human connection. We still talk to each other. They just changed how we do it.
That's a good point. It's all about how we use it, really.
Right. And this article really stresses that the key is using AI ethically and intentionally, especially in the context of faith. It shouldn't be about replacing pastors or faith leaders. It's about giving them better tools to serve their communities.
I like that. Supporting them, not replacing them.
Exactly. One thing that really struck me was how the document talked about AI handling things like scheduling meetings or answering frequently asked questions, even like generating reports.
Wow, that would free up a lot of time.
Right. All those tasks that can really bog down even the most dedicated faith leader. Just imagine how much time and energy would be freed up for, deeper, more meaningful interactions within the community if those administrative burdens were taken care of.
Yeah, I can see that. Instead of getting bogged down by logistics, they can focus on the people.
Exactly. It's pretty exciting when you think about it that way.
Definitely. But, I mean, I can also see how some people might be hesitant about all this. It's a big change.
Absolutely. And it's not a one-size-fits-all solution by any means. It's about finding the right balance, right?
Yeah.
And that's actually something else this document really stresses. It's not about throwing technology at every problem. It's about taking a measured approach.
Meaning what exactly? How do you do that?
Well, they suggest starting small, like maybe try out some pilot programs and see how they work, get feedback from the community. It's about everyone having a voice in shaping how technology is integrated into their faith lives. It shouldn't be imposed from above, it needs to come from the community itself.
Oh, absolutely. That makes a lot of sense. Otherwise, it feels intrusive,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it's being forced upon you. But if it comes from the community, if it's something that they're choosing to explore, then it's a totally different story.
Exactly. It becomes a tool for empowerment, not a source of division or, something people are resistant to. And that actually leads to another really interesting point that the document brought up. It talked about using AI for things like, well, this is going to sound a little out there, but like AI-powered personalized prayers, or even like specific Bible passages that are chosen for your specific situation.
Whoa. Okay, now that does sound pretty futuristic.
I know, right? It definitely sounds like something straight out of science fiction.
Yeah.
But then when I thought about it more, I was like, well,
There could be something to it.
right. Imagine if you're going through something really tough, like you're feeling lost or alone, and right then and there you could get like a personalized message of comfort, drawn from your faith, or maybe some words of wisdom from scripture that feel like they were written just for you in that moment. I think it would be really comforting.
Yeah, I get that. It's like having a direct line to something bigger than yourself,
Yeah.
something that understands what you're going through, especially in those moments when you feel like you're all alone.
Yeah, exactly. And that, for me, really gets to the heart of what this whole conversation is about. It's not about technology replacing faith. It's about technology helping us connect with our faith and with each other in deeper and more meaningful ways.
Absolutely. Because ultimately, faith is about connection. Connection to something bigger than ourselves and to each other.
Couldn't have said it better myself. And if technology can help us foster those connections, well, I think that's something worth exploring, don't you?
Absolutely. I think it has the potential to really transform how we experience and understand our faith.
I agree. And on that note, I'd love to leave our listeners with a question to ponder as we wrap up this deep dive. If technology could help you deepen your own faith, or maybe even connect more deeply with your community, what would that look like for you?
That is a great question.
It's something to think about, especially as technology continues evolving and, bumping up against our spiritual lives more and more.
Sure. It's a conversation that's only going to become more important as time goes on.